Hey everybody, Logan here, back with another controller video. Why? Because, do I have to say it? It's that time of year. Now, last year, if you guys had watched those videos, a lot of people did, uh, Burlington Coat Factory, yeah, are they still called Burlington Coat Factory? Burlington uh, has game controllers. Last year they had a brand called Tech Rebellion. This year, they have a brand called Gamewave. Gamewave? Gamewave. Gonna give you a little heads up. Same brand, new name. I went, checked out, they had the same exact controllers. I was like, wow, these look really familiar. So I actually looked up on my own channel and said, oh wow, it's the same controller. But with that being said, if you find those at Burlington, those reviews from last year, you can carry over to the new Gamewave versions. But, like I said, they did have two new ones. One is a variation of the older one, and then this one I'm going to show you in this video is a brand new one. So I will follow up this video with a secondary controller and you'll see that as well. But this one is the wireless controller turbo plus vibration functions for Nintendo Switch Lite, Nintendo Switch OLED by Gamewave. So yeah, it's Gamewave. You'll see wireless controllers, pretty much all the same. They offer these in multiple colors. They had green, which you see right here, teal, pink, orange, and white. I originally saw the white on one of the displays over in the men's section because they have like Christmas stuff over there, like grab and go kind of gifts, and they had the white ones over there. So I grabbed it, and then I went, hey, you know what? Let me check up in line, because I remember last year in the line queue, they had some electronics like this, plus more. And then that's where I saw this one. I decided to go with this one. It was going to be the orange or this one. My wife said get the teal because this looked a little faker. Looked a little less, you know, the other one looked more legit, but I was like, I was going to do that, but I was like, I've covered a lot of teal controllers. I don't remember the last time I've covered a green one for the Switch. So that's what I decided to do, but they're all the same. Now, if it's anything like the previous ones, the Tech Wave had a little input lag. So I'm going to test it with Crysis. Yes, can it run Crysis? The Switch can. Why? Because Crysis has everything that you could want to test a Nintendo Switch controller. So we're going to open this one up, take a look, I'll tell you my first impressions, and then we'll try it on Crysis.
Welcome to Red Bandana Gaming, the channel where Logan will show you everything from gameplay to gear. Their crew is here to take you on a journey through every atmosphere. Releases to news, you don't have to choose. Red Bandana Gaming is here for you.
Okay, there we go. As you can see, Gamewave. Like last year, it said Tech Rebellion. I don't... Trademark of Hello to Green, LLC. Had never heard of any of those. Yeah, the sticker, the price tag was right there. So I took it off to see if there was any more information, but there isn't. But here are the product specifications. All right there. Charging time 2 to 3 hours. Vibration current and so on. That's pretty interesting. Standby has 30 days. Bluetooth 5.0. Interesting. It says transmission. That's what I couldn't see. It says 10 meters. So that's what, around 30 feet? So what do you guys think? Shiny box? They all look the same. This is very similar to the previous boxes. Even the design in the back, it's all pretty much the same. Wireless connection, 6-axis means it's got the gyroscope, turbo function, vibration. Let's find out. So I got the little knife right here. Let's take a look. Hopefully this works. Last year I did have a problem with the Tech Rebellions, like I said, in terms of input lag. But most people don't seem to care because they bought it for their kids. A lot of the comments in the comment section said pretty much that. A lot of people were in line looking up the video But yeah, I think the Tech Rebellions were fine for kids. They wouldn't really know the difference. But if you want something inexpensive and you still want to be competitive, these ain't it. Maybe this one is. Maybe they've updated them. That's why they changed the name or something. I don't know. So here we go. Cable. Nothing there. No instructions there. This is interesting. It's clear plastic housing. Let's see if that's where the instructions should be. Vibration instruction, vibration function. And then it shows you motor intensity. Press the turbo button. Tilt the left stick. Okay, programming function, the macro. Let's see what else it says. What else we got here in this little booklet? Actually, it's just a little piece of paper. Controller overview. Let's take a look at that first. So we have the minus button, the turbo button, left, directional, blah, 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 all the same stuff. Wired connection, wireless pairing. We're going to do that first and foremost. Turbo function, just like every single other controller, press and hold any of the action buttons plus turbo to set the function. So you just go, you see the turbo button, beep, and then there you go. B, A, X, Y, they're not the corresponding colors that you would see normally on some of the Xbox ones. It's kind of interesting. They actually kept them white to match the original Switch Joy-Con buttons, which I find interesting. That D-pad's a little... I like the D-pad. The D-pad doesn't bother me. The sticks, that's a little rough. You'll feel it. It's actually a little rough feeling around the ring, but I guess it would be okay. Triggers are triggery. Problem with triggers like this, pointless. Why? Because Switch triggers aren't analog. That's got an analog look. It doesn't look like it's got an analog press. Why should it? So that's the back. Nothing here, nothing fancy. No lights, no sounds. You've got that button there. What does that button do? That's the macro. So that's going to be the program button. What would you program it for? You don't have extra flappy paddles on the back. Oh, I'm not going to do that. That's terrible. Why would you do that? So you got the home button, screenshot. Okay, so that's going to be your screenshot button right there. That is your turbo, minus, plus. So that's the macro. Basically, this controller is going to allow you to map any of these buttons to another button, or like an XY or an AB press with that. I think that is not a good option if you don't have extra flappy paddles or buttons in the back. Not a big fan of that. Not a big fan of that right away. And most people aren't going to be using that. So we'll take a look at that in a moment. So step one on the macro, you're going to macro button plus the plus button. So macro button plus the plus button at the same time to enter the programming mode. The indicator light, the indicator light will flash. That'll be that one. Will flash slowly. Press any action buttons, D-pad, A, B, X, Y, blah, 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 to record button. The indicator light will flash quickly to indicate the action is programmed successfully. Step 3, press the macro button to save. Okay, so that's not too tough. Interesting. So what does it program it to, though? What button is it programming it to? I guess it's just the macro button that it programs it to. Let's keep reading. Step 2, step 3. Macro programming function mode 2. Step 1. Press macro button plus the minus button on the same time to enter programming mode. The indicator will light. Same thing. Step 3. Step 3, press macro button to save. Okay. Note, in this programming mode, you can record a sequence button of commands. How to use the macro programming function? Press macro button to activate programmed button actions. How to reset? Okay. Oh, so that's not how it works at all. Oh. So that's going to be very, very, very inconvenient right away. Looks like this video might be a bit longer, so hang in there with me, people. You're not mapping it to these, which is how it used to be back in the day. Now you're going to map something in terms of a macro and what you can do. We're just going to do something with like jump and shoot, and then you press that and he'll jump shoot. Hopefully that's how it works. Let's see. Problem is, all right, there we go. We got some power. So let's pair the controller. Where's the pair button? No? No? Okay, so it's not like a normal one. Let's take a look. There's no pair button. Wireless pairing. Turn on the Nintendo Switch console. From the home menu, select Step 3, the home button. Select controller, then select grip. Step 4, press and hold the home button until the wireless controller. Okay. Whoops. There we go. Now it's flashing fast like it said. There we go. Okay. So it's going to be the home button on this one. Normally there's a sync button on top of the controller somewhere. Here there isn't. Turns blue, you know it works. It registers as a standard Pro controller. So here we go. We're playing with Crisis. I turned off the gyroscope to start. Not that bad of a delay. Not as bad as last year. It's actually pretty good. Pretty good. There we go. All the movements seem to be pretty good. No trigger delay. So I'm going to try the turbo now. So let's hold the turbo. Yep, that's turbo. All right. So okay, so there's two different types of turbo. Apparently, if you press it, assign the turbo to hold it, you're cool, right? Then you press to hold it again, then it does it automatically without you even touching it. I don't know if that's supposed to be a thing. I guess, sure. So let's try the macro. So you hold the macro, and it's supposed to light. So macro and plus. There we go. Then I will press A and shoot. And then press macro again. With that being said, let's press the macro button, see if it works. So actually I press crouch. Is that crouch? B is jump. Okay. So crouch and fire. It works. Well, that was weird. It just shot without me pressing anything. Interesting. So now let's try the options, we'll go into controller settings and turn on gyroscope and see how that feels. Not bad, but since I have it inverted, it feels really weird. Let's try it again without the invert on the gyroscope. Invert look off with the gyroscope. Not bad. Pretty on point. I'm sure if we did some kind of technical tests, we could see the lag or something, but we're not doing that here. I don't do those. This is just for pretty much the average consumer who wants to know if this is worth the $20. Because it is a wireless third-party controller. To be honest, that's not bad. I think it's better than last year's offering. Very little to no input delay on the sticks. It's something that's passable, completely passable. The turbo function was wonky there for a minute because I wasn't touching anything. You guys saw that it went a little wonky. I don't think having the macro here is very useful. Maybe if they had put it, I don't know, somewhere closer, I don't know, anywhere that wasn't reaching over a stick and kind of down, I don't see how that's going to be really useful. But hey, you might find some reason for that. But hey, you have the macro, you have the turbo, it all works. It all works as advertised. So the Gamewave, not too shabby. Not too shabby at all for $20.